And I would like to reiterate this very strongly. Democracy is a pattern of living which actually makes everyday life predictable. It makes life predictable because it depends on predictable events. It makes life predictable because it depends on elections, it depends on political culture, it depends on mutual respect for various opinions, whether political or social or moral or religious, and it allows certain routine ways, frequently very creative. It allows certain routine ways through which those relations are being negotiated, mediated, and eventually become formatted. So the community of democracies is not meant to be a solid iron gated community. It's not considered to be an ivory tower where people live and they look down at everybody else with disrespect. The community of democracies is a model of living where we are looking at everybody else and we say, would you maybe try to see how life is organized? And with all due respect to all your different ways through which you may want to regulate your society, we believe that that dignity in the public space, that respect for elections, that respect for the human rights, that respect for the quality of living, that respect for individual feelings would make states to actually not to inflict pain and fear on individuals. Democracy is the type of arrangement which is actually freeing individuals from this fear. We're talking frequently about a social and civic compact, and this is something which is extremely important. Democracy is a set of different issues which are welded together with a civic culture, with a culture of social, political, and cultural participation for the individuals who may, again, find different ways of self-expression. It may be through sports, it may be through arts, it may be through helping others, it may be through charity, it may be through political activity, it may be through all sorts of creative, artistic activity. What we believe is important is that democracy produces an overture for all those forms of life to manifest themselves freely. Freely, which means without fear. Now, the 20th century, as it came to the close, and most of us have lived in the 20th century. The 20th century was marked by considerable fear. There were different arrangements that were extremely painful for thousands and hundreds of thousands and millions and hundreds of millions of people. From World War I to the killing fields from World War II and Holocaust to Darfur, all those things were extremely painful and they inflicted tremendous fear on large groups of people, regardless of age, regardless of race, and absolutely innocent. Democracy is a promise that we look at. It's a promise for treating other people with dignity, with respect, with honor. We are turning to those people and we are telling them, this is your home as well. Just take possession of it, be responsible as your citizen. Think about how to better organize your society, how to create a good society where you live. It's not going to come from somewhere else, it's going to come from within. We in the community of democracies, we believe very strongly that there is no way that democracy can be brought from without by force, by money, by any other forms of influence other than good example. So look around, see what are the good examples. Ask, and there are various ways to get informed. Try your own ways, and see what works best with your people, what works best with your type of social organization, how to best preserve the tremendous cultural capital, tradition and heritage that you all have as at your disposal as the capital that should be used in creating democracy. And remember that democracy does not waste human capital. It reproduces it, it magnifies it, and it creates predictable ways through which this capital can actually be not only reproduced but diffused more or less equally across the society. So democracy is also an equality of chances. With this, I would like to leave you and wish you a very fruitful and engaging discussion. I hope that we shall be able to meet. I would like certainly to see the East Asian presence during the ministerial conference in Lisbon in July, and I hope to be able to come to your part of the world sooner or later, possibly sooner. Again, I'm sending my best greetings, and I wish you the most fruitful and creative ruminations. Thank you very much from Washington, D.C.